Before I start, I would like to thank everyone that make it possible for me to be here today. I'm here today as a survivor, so I speak for the survivors, I speak for those who are on the move, and also I speak for those who came here and realized that after all, not everyone is equally welcome. But before I continue, I have some questions that I have to ask the government, but I haven't been in a state like this before, so I wrote them down not to forget. I will give you a little summary of my journey and introduce myself a little bit. So my name is Alpha Joe Barry. I'm from Sierra Leone. At age 12, I had to leave my country and my family for reasons that it's too long to explain here. I will just give a bit summary, as I said. So I was brought to Niger by my mom to stay with my uncle that were living in Niger, because Niger was safe that time. So as a child, I started going out and making some bad friends until one day I end up in the border of Libya. I was told with a friend that I should go with him to deliver some goods to Agadez, which was not true. So I had to follow him as I don't know what I was doing. I didn't even tell my uncle where I was going. I followed him, and we started driving a few hours, and then we had a gun sound. And I asked him, and he replied, "Calm down, it's gonna be okay. This is the Libyan police." And then I asked him, "Why Libya? I thought we were going in Agadez." He said, "Yeah, but you wouldn't come if I told you we are going to Libya." I said, "Okay." So they came and arrested him, took his van, and then they took me aside. They put me in a cell called Alligator. It's a prison where I was being beaten and threatening to call my family for money, which at that time, at age 14, I don't know nothing of what money even is, and I don't know my mom's phone number, so I had no one to call. I had to suffer the suffering that they were proposing for me in the prison. I stayed there for a few months. Since they say that they have no information or no benefit from me, they decide to keep me aside and took me somewhere where I could be working as a car wash for 2 meals a day. I was working for this guy there until one night he woke me up at the middle of the night and then asked me to enter the van, his van. And I didn't ask, of course. I have no power. So I followed him. We went a few hours, and then he stopped in an uncompleted building where I saw some Africans as well. It was the first time seeing them, because all this while I was being slave, because I was only working for 2 meals a day at age 14. And he asked me to join them. I was a bit frightened. I didn't ask questions, because at that time, what I wanted most was just a freedom. So I joined the Africans that I met there. Some of them were sick and some badly injured, probably from the treatment that I also go through. And we waited there for a few hours, and another group came again with more Africans, and they asked us to separate ourselves by age or by number. So I went with some guy that I was speaking to there already. He also from Sierra Leone. I didn't know until that day. And he asked me to join him on his team. And a few minutes later, they asked us again to enter a van, which brought us to the seaside where everything were being prepared for our journey to, of course, Italy, because that was the plan, to go Italy. That was their plan, because we have no idea. They didn't tell us where we were going, so it was their plan. And then few hours later, around midnight, they asked us to get in the boat. Some started running, and they opened firing because they didn't want these people to escape. So I was scared, and I decided to follow as they instruct. They asked us to enter a boat with, it was 17 of us. We were lucky because usually it's more than that. As a child, I fall asleep until mid in the morning, around 6, 7, where I had arguments from both of us that they saw a ship. They don't know who was the ship. Maybe it's a Libyan Coast Guard, or maybe it's the rescue. And then I suggested the idea that we shouldn't run from the ship. We should go closer. If it's Libya, we will take a detour. If it's the rescue ship, we will be rescued. And then a few minutes later, we saw the ship started moving from us until one, and then we were also chasing it because we realized this is not Libyans. If it's Libyans, they will not run from us. They will come to get us. And the few minutes later, we saw a drone that came to video us, and then we were finally happy that we've been found and rescued. After the rescue, it went successful. I was alone, sitting there, don't know what to do, and I had to be in the ship for almost 13 days because there was no European country that were willing to accept 17 people, I guess. And after 13 days, we were brought to Malta in a detention center where we were not allowed to go out for almost 6 months. We were there. We were not allowed to go out. So, and we were in that detention center until the European Union came to an agreement and decided to share us. And I was lucky to go to Slovenia. So, back to my questions that I have for the Parliament today that I wrote down. I would like to ask the European government how many more drowning should happen, and how many more families who lost their sons and daughters, and how many thousands more will die before they take action. And I think you are And I think you are part of the government, so you also should answer these questions. And my second question is, why are they prosecuting the only humanitarian vessels that are doing their supposed job of the European Union for no reason? Why are they prosecuting them? And I think it's time. It's sad that this should even be a politics matter. I thought this should be a humanitarian right, not a politics. But it's sad that it has to be a politics. Because of time, my last question will be, when will be enough? And I think this is the time. Enough is enough. We must take action now.
I just can repeat my thank yous and my gratitude for, he is not a professional speaker. And